Hello and good afternoon, Twilight Struggle fans. Thank you for joining me today. Sorry to be a few minutes late. Peter, welcome to the show. And today we've got a game between Michal Borkowicz and Bidart Larrakoetxea. So this is a game. This is game 3 of the series between these two guys, and winner gets to the next round. So let's get right to it. We'll play this at 150% speed. Watching from Bidart's side. And this is an interesting hand. Got 3 good headlines, a couple of 4 ops. Yeah, this is certainly workable, particularly if we do not see a Marshall headline from the U.S. side. I think Nasser would be my play, but there's certainly a case for AI war as well. Ooh, interesting. A CIA headline. So CIA will show no access. And so I suspect, my play here would be to get out of Iran. Yeah, that's fine. Interesting. Bidart immediately going for Libya and going to spread instead of taking a coup. Okay, and that's how he's going to lock in. I think that's fine. Normally I like the coup, but it's less powerful when cleaning him out doesn't really do much. It's also less powerful when you when you have shown your hand and you have no access. So it's actually, yeah, and there's, oh boy, big coup right away of Egypt, and that flips it. Surprised to see that go to Egypt and not Libya, but I guess with it being only a 2-op coup, Egypt makes sense. I'm given that role. I'm sure Michal wishes he had tried. Tried Libya, but now Bidart just goes right back and gets a big role in Iran, shutting access off in Pakistan. So yeah, I would have liked to see the U.S. expand into Western Asia there rather than try an immediate coup. But okay, this will be one Malaysia presumably. Okay, one Lebanon, one Indonesia. Indonesia not really important here because Michal knows that Bidart does not have any access. Okay, well, he has decall himself, hits the roll. Um, and yeah, I like the spread into India. So, despite Bedard having a known CNS, Michal beats him to space. So that's interesting. Okay, IP war to take India or South Korea makes sense. And then I think capture Nazis still an event. I think taking Middle East Dom makes sense as well. I think you want to hold U.S. Japan in the event and hope you get UN next turn. Okay, there goes Warsaw. This is right. And now the question is, do we see a coup of Libya here? I don't mind a coup of Libya here to just lock in Thailand. But France also needs to be filled. Okay, interesting. Going to do that instead. And Bidart wants to take a Middle East Dom instead of triggering CNS for the VP. Interesting. Okay. And there's Romanian. I would guess we'd see a coup here. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to see. Coup of Libya misses. And so Bidart takes a Middle East Dom into turn 2. Up battlegrounds in Asia, but not anywhere in Southeast Asia. And yeah, this is a quick Europe scoring dump. Purge is quite annoying. And yeah, 2-op coup of Panama makes sense. Need a 4 to get in there. Oh, gets a 6. Coups are hot today. 3 coups, 3 sixes. Not counting the one in Libya. Yeah. Well, I made the same mistake. The one op coup in Libya, that was a throwaway coup just to lower DEFCON. That barely counts. Okay, so decent ops here despite the purge for Bidart. Containment will be AR6. Fidel, honestly, is probably an event here. I wonder if this was NTB into Iraq. It is. I think this is probably a US-Japan hold. You're going to get Space Duck give special. Okay, yep. And now Middle East is even. I'm not sure what one in Burma does for you. I think I might have taken that opportunity to space. I don't mind taking Burma there, but I don't know if one in Burma really does much for you. And of course, we don't have the ops to take Burma. So, yeah, I might have Space Duck there or triggered Fidel. Normally, I like playing Fidel for ops on turn 2, but with us being purged, I think I'd prefer the event. Containment probably needs to take South Korea. Duck needs to go to space, so we're low on ops here. Okay, blockade going to dump presumably destall. Yep. Okay, so decall and destall both seen and both back into the deck for turn 3. Korean War going to space. Okay, now really important to make sure we get South Korea. And I think containment should do just that. I like the Fidel event. This should be South Korea. Okay, this is aggressive. It makes sense, gives us Dom, gives Michal something to respond to, but I think I would have rather just locked up South Korea, especially with Europe scored and Asia not. Yeah, and that's an easy fix. But SOCGovs is coming, and we now have access to France. Here we go, turn 3. We do get SOCGovs. We get Middle East, which is even. And we get Vietnam, which, as it happens, would have given us domination in Asia. Oh boy, SOCGovs and Europe. Boy, this defectors was seen. So I think this has to be SOCGovs and a 10 points. Oh, especially now. Yeah. Just the second one in France. I don't know why not. I guess De Gaulle is known in Michal's hand. Yeah, that's brutal. 10 VP swing in Europe. Okay, immediate Asia dump. So of course, Vietnam would have given Dart Asia Dom if he'd taken South Korea, but the response, of course, would have been different. Michal would have had an op left over to spend in probably Malaysia. But okay, Bidart gets Europe Dom, which is a huge break for him. So Duck, the headline, so 3 VPs there for the US, but Bidart gets Europe Dom, flipped, that's a 10 VP swing, gets 2 more from Asia. He's going to get probably more VPs from Milops as well, because he'll trigger Korean War. Yeah, I like getting 1 into France. We don't need to seriously fight for it. Honestly, I don't hate 1 Burma here either. Just protect from future IP wars. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Middle East known in Bidart's hand, so he wants to threaten both Algeria and a Middle East Dom. So Bidart needs a 4-op to take Algeria and Saudi back. And I don't think there are no known 4-ops other than Marshall, I believe. I believe Marshall is around. Oh, there's 5-year plans. This probably takes back Saudi and goes 1 Algeria. Yep. And we don't have the ops to take Algeria, but we do get 1 in there. I don't mind Burma at all. It's a VP late. We've already got one in there. It's one up for one VP. Protects from IP war. I like one Algeria, one Burma. But one France is fine too. Yeah. I'd like to see. Yeah, it makes sense because you're going to event Korean War here. You want to lock up South Korea before you trigger the war. But Vietnam's also important. If you play Vietnam for ops, then that's probably a 2 VP swing against you in Southeast Asia. So if you go Vietnam for ops, take South Korea, trigger Korean War, event capture Nazi, and score. You don't have the time to do all of that. I think you've got to score here. I think you have to score here. Because we've got a known scoring in our hand, and we are that's the play. You've got to score here because you don't want Libya getting poked. Well, you need to get your mill ops. Okay, there's De Gaulle. CNS for the event. Can't stop the double, though. So we played CNS for ops on turn 1 and redrew it turn 3. We pick up the 1 VP. Now we'll see Korean War and then Vietnam the hold, which I think Vietnam's a good hold here because it's a card you probably want to event. You don't necessarily need to headline it. Okay, and there's Marshall for the event. That's definitely a good event, even with Europe scored. And yeah, this will be Korean War, and it misses. And so now the question is, and actually believe that was a 4. I didn't quite see it, but I think that was a 4. So if that had been played before US Japan, would have been a victory. So we will see if that 2 VP and 1 influence swing rather matter. Okay, here we go, turn 4, and this is exactly what we want to see. We get Purge, we get Junta. Pope is no problem for us. Puppets is a great card to have in our hand so we can harmlessly space it. A Defector's headline. Yeah, and this is just a nice, easy coup. Oh, well, not that easy. Rolls a 1. Yeah, Bidart confirms that was a 4. So Che is free. I wonder if we'll see a flip of Zaire here. Nope, just going to overprotect and start fighting there. I wouldn't mind taking. Yeah, I would fight for South Korea here, even with Asia scored. I think it's an important country. Larrakoetxea. So I think that's as close as I think I can get. But Bidart's on here. He'll let me know how bad that was. I do it better than JR. That's what's important. I do it better than JR. Okay, yeah, and they're just gonna fight over this. I would put Purge in here. Okay, or China. That makes sense too. Just make sure we lock it up. I do not, Peter. I do not. Okay, well, South America sitting there empty, but it's not going to be empty for long with Junta in our hands. Okay, D-Stall goes to space. He misses. Oh, 9 out of 10. Wow, I'm very proud of myself. Thank you, Bidart. Okay, so Bidart did not headline Junta, and it's a good thing, too, because he ate a Defector's headline. And so he's going to presumably Junta in next AR, I think. Oh, boy. Salt for Puppets. Okay, well, better Junta right now, because Puppets is a problem for us. Although we do want to get a coup in Africa. Okay, takes the coup in Africa. Now I suspect Michal will either coup back or give gunman. Yep, just decides to give gunman and show, well, Puppets is good, but the rest of that is garbage. And yeah, I think we just take a coup on Mexico here, and then we junta on into. Question is where is it? It's with Allende in the U.S. hand. I don't know if you definitely don't go Chile here. The question is it Argentina or is it Brazil and take the top and try and take the top half? Maybe forget Brazil. It's probably Venezuela. No, you got a coup here. You can't give up a coup in Africa, right? Okay, I don't. Well, worked out great. Now Vietnam does that. Okay, so it looks like Bidart's plan is to hold junta. And get a coup off next turn. But this is how I learned. Okay, OPEC is 3 VPs right now and has a chance to be 4 if we take Venezuela. The Pope is mildly annoying, although we did just have to give EEU, and Warsaw is gone, so now Poland at 1-4. Yeah, that's not nothing. I suspect we'll see puppets now. Rather than, we certainly won't see Allende. No, we're not going to see puppets. So interesting. Both players having hold an access card for South America, and neither one decides to play it. Okay, turn 5, and sure enough, there's South America scoring. Who did the automatic headline? Yeah, and Omit's fine, but not particularly strong. And now, okay, so this is working out well for Bidart. He's going to be able to coup Mexico and then spread into Brazil and into Argentina. Then we'll see puppets, but Bidart should be able to get a South America Dom here. I don't understand. Wait a minute. I don't understand that. I don't understand why no Uruguay there. I don't understand why that was Venezuela instead of Uruguay. That should have been Uruguay, a coup, and then Argentina and Brazil. Then presumably we see puppets into Venezuela and Chile. We then get Venezuela. Now we're conceding the bottom half with Distal gone and Allende in the U.S. hand. Okay, so we're just going to score here. That's fine. It's 4. But if we had gone Uruguay, Argentina, Brazil, then we would have Dom. We would have had a presenceless Dom. We would have the option of either taking Venezuela for the long term or scoring an immediate presenceless Dom, which would have been 7 VPs instead of just 4. So I don't love how Bidart managed that. But okay, Bidart up 14 VPs, gives up 6 to Southeast Asia. Yep, Sadat was the thing that was going to happen. Not a big deal. Africa and Central, both unscored, both red dominations. Bidart needs his Millops. Angola is flippable, but also realignable if it does flip. And South African unrest sitting in Bidart's hand. Okay, he is going to take the flip. Yeah, I like South African event here. Yep. Taking Botswana is also doable. I think I'd prefer one South Africa to Botswana because both countries are important. If we're going to trigger it, I would rather have one. Botswana is crucially important here. Zaire also is in trouble now. Okay, Bidart going to give Camp David. Camp David, not a huge deal here. Obviously, a VP, I'm sure Bidart doesn't want to give up, but not a big deal. Oh, and there's Africa. Okay, so it gets out of it for 1. Okay, so Bedard up 8 VPs right now, and actually without a negative regent. So Bedard looking very good here so far. Okay, one small step that'll take Angola. Still need to see central scoring. We don't see it here. A little bit of a tricky hand here. We've got Nuke Subs and Ask Not, both of which want to be played in the last action round. We've got OAS, which is an issue, although we do get UN. We have Nixon with China in our hand. No good headline here. Now, if we're afraid of missile envy, which we very well may be, flower power could be a headline. I don't think we've seen IP war. We certainly haven't seen brush war. We did cancel AI war with Camp David and OAS headline. Yeah, I think that had to be flower power. I'm not sure I understand OAS. I think that had to be flower power to prevent against missile envy. And it probably gets you 2 VPs. I don't think we've seen IP war, and we definitely haven't seen brush war. So it probably gets you at least 2 VPs, even with Camp David in effect. But okay, we gave up the coup. It rolled poorly, and we get to take Panama back. So OAS really didn't hurt us. Kitchen for a coup in Haiti, presumably. Oh, and that one misses too. Okay, we're not getting arms race off. Might as well play it for ops. Yeah, I don't mind contesting West Germany here. I don't mind this at all. This should be 2 West Germany. Yep. Okay. Well, I was going to suggest we UN OAS, but now OAS is gone, so we can safely UN Bear Trap. We'll see how Bidart wants to manage this. He now can't hold a card. He can play China and hold a card. We'll see if he wants to give Kennedy with Central potentially in Michal's hand. Ooh, CRGs. That's kind of nasty. Poke of Burma is notable for IP war purposes. All right, we got to get our real lines in on Angola and miss. Oh, the +1 real lines backfire. Okay, now we can't hold a card. Okay, Portuguese Empire doesn't really do much. Now we're getting realigned out of Zaire and potentially real. Oh yeah, we've got some big problems in Africa. Fortunately for Bidart, it is scored. Although he's got 2 problematic cards in his hand. Let us see if Michal is someone who is going to give up Central. Nukes. Yeah, both these cards you want to space. Yeah, Nuke Subs is a problem, and now you have to give Kennedy or China. I wonder if we'll see a jam here of Panama, or if we'll just see a retake. Yeah, okay, a poke of Panama. All right, and we're gonna hold Kennedy to turn 7, miss out on Millop, so that's 2 VPs, and we'll see. Does he have the scoring? No, does not have it. So we get the coup in and stop Dom. Bidart read that he had the scoring and missed on that one. Okay, well, so much for flower power. Yeah, the read made sense. It just didn't work out. Okay, so much for flower power because we get both of the war cards that are out there. So flower power wouldn't have really done anything for us. We also get some problems here. Shuttle, not really a huge issue. The way the board is, but grain and voice certainly are. Panama is annoying, but not a huge problem. Yeah, I think brush is the play. We central known in Michal's hand, but Kennedy is known in ours, and I believe grain and voice are known as well. So the U.S. player, he knows that we have problems, and he may be able to just hold on to the scoring. So we'll see. Okay, brush. Oh, interesting. Not going to bother with Mexico. This time hits big on the roll. And now, well, we're certainly giving up shuttle with this hand, and now shuttle might become a problem. Okay, flipping over Angola makes sense. So I wonder if we could see some shenanigans in Asia. Might see Pakistan being taken. Might see a China card played here. Nope, just a garden variety 4-op. 2 into Pakistan. Okay, I'm still going to fight for West Germany. I think you can just end this West Germany fight. Okay, going to take North Korea. That makes sense. Important contested battlegrounds here in the early war regions, but central known in the U.S. hand. Okay, going to try the realigns in Cuba. That hits. Good enough. Okay. Okay, finally we do end the West Germany fight. Central now even and no longer a liability. And the question is, does Michal want to take Cuba and score a domination, or is he happy to just be rid of it for even? So grain obviously has to be spaced. The other two will be played. And then the question is, and then we've got Kennedy to deal with. Okay, well, there's ABM, flips over Argentina. Oh, and an IP war successful on Pakistan, flipping it over. And IP war was known in Bidart's hand. So yes, that's exactly right, Peter. I was saying that it's going to be I'd much rather VOA is ungivable on this board. So giving Kennedy is a thing that is going to happen, and Michal should know that. Yeah, this obviously has to go to space. Going to take his dom. Panama is we have not prepped Panama. Quag to space for 3 VPs. He gets it. And Michal should know that Kennedy was coming. But I would absolutely take Panama back. But okay, this gives us Europe dom in case he redraws Europe. Ooh, an Asia redraw. Very interesting. Okay. Well, that's gone to the late war. And okay, turn 8, Star Wars. Grain in the discard. So Star Wars is a big problem. Solidarity is annoying. North Sea is annoying. Voice, which we held over, is annoying. A lot of things that are annoying here. This is a problematic hand. Now, Middle East does get us in war games range. Ooh. Okay, well, that's going to pull North Sea, which we were giving anyway. I think we're cooing Zaire here. Hitting on the roll. Okay. 8 VP lead and 3 Doms on the board. Boy, Africa looked like Bidart could get controlled, and now he's up 4 battlegrounds to 1. We'll see if Michal comes up with a play that is somewhat semi-optimal, given that he's afraid of war games, or if he just says if he has it, he has it. Or maybe Michal has war games himself. Okay. Stops Europe Dom and takes Peru to potentially realign Chile. Okay, takes Bidart decides to take him out of the Mediterranean countries, so only one op is needed to stop Dom. That which would have been the case anyway because the other countries are overprotected. That makes sense. I like it. Although we got some problematic cards to deal with. Bidart in good shape though. Is up battlegrounds in Africa. He's up battlegrounds in South America. He's dominating the Middle East. Up battlegrounds in Asia and up battlegrounds in Europe. So this is a very good looking board for Bidart. Nuclear subs, though, is a problem. Solidarity needs to be prepped, and it has not been. Star Wars needs to be spaced. We're not catching up on the space race. Okay, here's the realigns. First in Nigeria, then presumably Chile, and this has got to be Poland. Has to be, even with Panama the way it is. Okay, yeah, spacing is fine too. Salt was vented, so the discard is now officially dead. Nothing's going to pull from there. Panama just sitting out there. Okay, finally there would have been a couple of VPs from Flower Power. Okay, Michal needs his mill ops, but he also wants to take Panama. Also wants to fight for Chile. He's got a lot to do. Okay, gonna get his mill ops in Southeast African. This is just a little worse than an empty AR. Got to repair Poland. And we are giving nuclear subs, which could make Africa ugly. What can we really do with nuke subs, though? I guess we're going to take Panama back if Bidart doesn't take it here. Okay. Probably would have liked to be trapped there. Finally, Panama is taken right before we were going to take it. Okay, takes Europe Dom. Yeah, I don't mind Romania. IP war's gone. We're not getting Asia Dom, so Burma doesn't really matter much. Okay, yeah, that makes sense too. Take South America Dom, however fleeting. I've got to think that Michal is going to coup here under nuke subs. He knows about nuke subs, I believe. Oh, no, never mind. It was spaced. So he doesn't know about it. We'll see if he's ready to coup because a coup in Africa flips Dom as 5 VPs. Ooh, Okay, well, 4 VPs is a lot, but now he gets an extra AR. We'll see if he can coup on this action round. 4 VP is significant because it pulls Bidart out of War Games range. A China card coup, and he takes it in Brazil and hits. Wow, no Africa coup. He's going to go big or go home. All right. Iron Lady is interesting. Iron Lady, particularly interesting with Sock Govs in our hand. Because we might want to event that. Um, okay, so yeah, Reformer is clearly the headline here. I like this. Got to turn on Glasnost. Maybe want to event Sock Govs at some point in the turn and then trigger Iron Lady. We'll see. Or maybe just play them both for ops. We've not seen EEU and Teardown along with Chernobyl are both around for Europe. Okay, well that'll do something. Okay, quick coup with Evil Empire. Okay, UN of We Will Bury You. Much needed for ops. Not enough to stop Dom, but he does stop the Argentina flip. That is huge. I'm fine eventing Sock Govs here. I think that's just fine. Although we clearly don't have Europe scoring, because if we had Europe scoring, we would have scored it by now. Okay, that's fine too. It's basically just as good as eventing it in Europe. Chile still sitting out there, and now with the Iron Lady, the Iron Lady play, not a thing. Okay, well, I think you just got to take that back. I would, if we're gonna do Iron Lady, I'd like to put one in Chile to make those realigns +1 instead of +2, which is where they are right now. Okay, we're having a big fight over European non-battlegrounds. I'd really like to see voice get spaced here, but I think you fight here. I would put the third one in Chile. This is fine too. Yep. Interesting CRGs for a coup in Africa, just for mill ops, presumably. Oh, no thought to holding Brezhnev? Boy, I would have really thought hard about potentially holding Brezhnev there. Okay, Aldrich of Africa. Oh, that hurts if you're Bidart. Okay, so Bidart with a 4 VP lead. He's got 3 DOMs on the board, but Michal has got central control for 8. He's got South America DOM, which right now is 4. Okay, yeah, and there's a poke of Venezuela, and now Venezuela is realignable. So South America is a problem, and it is unscored. I might go. I might overprotect West Germany here. And if Yeah, so one there is fine. We got to take Venezuela. I like you might see realigns here, and I would put one in Chile to make those realigns +1, and then we can overprotect West Germany. But okay, we don't. He doesn't want to give up African control even with it scored. I get it. Oh, it's never mind. Yes, good call, Peter. I did not see that. He is missing an action round because he had to Aldrich away Africa. Okay, turn 10. This would have been a nice Brezhnev hand. With some quite mediocre ops. Debt crisis is interesting with terrorism in our hand. Does Vietnam revolts do anything? Even if we get Vietnam and Burma, that's still just 6 countries in Asia. We're not going to get Dom. We don't have any really good events in this hand. Marine barracks is just forces him to refill Egypt. It's not going to stop presence in the Middle East. Yeah, Vietnam's fine. I guess we take Vietnam. Maybe we threaten. If we get Vietnam, Burma, and Laos, then that gets us 7 countries to his 6 and gets us Dom. Oh boy. Well, that's painful. Now we are taking. No, just take the coup. You don't want to give up a coup in Africa, right? I don't want to give up a coup in Africa. Or Venezuela or anywhere else. Take a shot at Panama? Ooh, interesting. Summit, and we're going to lower DEFCON with Summit. Wow. So what was he rolling at? He was rolling at +1. Hits on the roll. Oh boy. Okay. 5 VP lead plus 5 more in Europe plus right now 7 in Africa is 17 plus 4 in the Middle East is 21 plus another 2 in Asia is 23. Whereas Michal has 8 in Central and right now 4 in South is 12. So Michal is up. Michal is down about 9 VPs. Okay, Latin America debt crisis is an issue because if you discard to it, which he's going to do, now terrorism and there's South America, but the presence-less Dom. Oh boy. Okay. Still, no one has taken Chile. Presence Dom. Okay, now a 2 VP lead for Michal to go with his 8 in Central and go with what is right now 5 in South America. So that's 15 to 5 in Europe, 6 in Africa, 4 in the Middle East, and 2 in Asia. So it's almost exactly even. Marine barracks. I would event terrorism. I don't know why we're waiting on eventing terrorism. I guess because we want to stop those realigns, and we need to get presence there. But I would be eventing terrorism as soon as I can. Yeah, all right. Well, we don't need the realigns. We can just take it. We got to trigger terrorism now, right? We've got to trigger terrorism right now. Okay. All right. Chat says he's holding a good card for the last action round. And so we want to take, I guess we can take our terrorism on AR6. Yeah. Okay. Going to take it on AR6 and he hits Reagan bombs Libya. That's not going to do much. So we get the last AR, but we use China already. So we only have 1 op for the last AR. South Africa does nothing. And Marine barracks is only 1 VP because it can't stop presence in the Middle East. So we only have, we do get the last AR, but it's only a 1 op play. Okay, let's count it up. 1 on the board, 2 for China, 8 in Central, and then another 5. Oh, and he misses. Okay, so 14, right? 14 VPs there for Michal. Bidart has 2 in Asia, 4 in the Middle East. That's 6. 6 more in Africa. And then 5 in Europe. So I think Bidart has this. One plus it's 8. He's got 14. Oh my goodness. What a game. What a game. Marine barracks bombing is good enough. And wow, hitting that space roll would have been enough. Yeah, was there anything he could have done with Che to win is a good question. Come on. Let's see. So breaking West Germany with Che, yeah, but it would not have because you'd get the 2 coups, right? Bidart would get a coup in Central, which is 1 VP. He could take a coup in Central, which is 1 VP, to get himself presence, and then. And this was just 1 VP. So yeah, Che wouldn't have been enough. Right? Yeah, okay. Cooing Colombia and not allowing presence. That could have done it. Breaking Germany stops Dom, but then Bidart could have. Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yes. For some reason, no, of course. Yes, just the 2 ops in West Germany would have. Yes. Sorry. I was thinking it was only a 1 op break and could have been fixed. Yes. So a double tap in West Germany. Bidart's best play, I think this does. I don't know if he has Uruguay. Yeah, he doesn't have Uruguay, though. So Bidart could have cooed in Peru and Uruguay, and if he breaks both, that stops Dom. So that's 3. And then, yeah, I don't. It's yeah. So that would have stopped. That would have stopped Dom. Would have been 3, 5. But yeah, I don't think MBB. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, a thrilling game. Congrats to Bidart for moving on. And thanks for sending me the video. Thanks everybody for watching today. I appreciate you tuning in. I will be back at some point with my Blitz series against Harib. He has not been responding, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, this is Justin Abrams signing off. That was fun, but now it's done. So long, everybody.